Hey everybody, it's Paolo. So today we are talking to the king of celebrity gossip, the one and only Perez Hilton. Now I can't wait to talk to him about how he's transformed his life since he first started blogging back in 2004 and get his take on some of today's biggest celebrity feuds. See you there.
His life was changed and made new when an angel made his dream come true, and now he brings his dream to you. In a
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready, Patrick? Yeah. Okay, so Perez Hilton, thank you for allowing us to be here.
Hello.
This to me feels like the magical room. I don't know why, but I bet you a lot of celebrities have been here, and so thanks for allowing Patrick and I to be here. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
I'm number 103.
You're 103, right, Patrick?
I like that. 103.
Ooh, it's a good number, right?
Yeah. A lot of prime numbers.
Yes, I agree. When you think back when you first started, I think it was in 2004.
Yeah.
What were your expectations when you first started blogging? What were you expecting?
I had zero expectation. I was expecting maybe a couple of my friends to read it. That's what I was thinking of. But I wasn't even sure if they were going to read it. I mean, I still remember in the infancy of my website, which I then used to call a blog, but now I call it a website.
Yeah.
I posted on Friendster.
Oh, that's how you started.
Friendster. I did a post on Friendster. Does anybody remember Friendster?
I mean, I do. Yes.
In 2004, I was using that. It was pre-MySpace. Because then when MySpace came along, I didn't want to use it. I was like, why do I need to use MySpace if I'm already on Friendster?
Yeah. We've all thought that.
Yeah.
All of us, yes.
So I posted on Friendster hey everybody, I started this blog. Check it out.
Yeah.
So then I was hoping or expecting that maybe a couple of my friends, but I wasn't even sure if they would. Yeah. And I just did it for me, truly. It was just a way for me to have fun. Yeah. And there wasn't anything special about it. It was me that's special. I like to tell people.
Let me show you this picture, okay? When you look at this picture, okay?
Oh gosh.
Does this seem like a lifetime ago, or does it seem like this was yesterday? Honestly.
It seems like a lifetime ago.
Really?
Yeah.
And this a little behind the scenes that I remember this too, because my friends would tell me, Perez Hilton is that coffee bean that when you first started,
I would go there every day.
For years you would sit at the table and you would blog from the coffee bean here in LA.
At the same table. Although this was not my usual table.
Yeah.
That was my usual table.
Crazy.
And I know this because, as you see, I'm not plugged in anywhere. That table was the only one that had a cord. That had an outlet.
The outlet that you would plug in.
The only one in the entire coffee bean. So everybody else would come and they didn't care where they sat, but I needed to make sure I was in one of these two, because then eventually that person would leave and I would move to the table that had the outlet there.
I remember the time back then you got criticized for just some hatred things that had happened. Do you feel at the time, was that just something, it was like a business structure, or was it just because where you were in your life at that time, do you think? During those years and stuff, what would you say? Because you definitely have changed.
Yeah, well, I think it was a combination of things. I think at first it was what it became. And I think it sort of just got progressively worse.
It got bigger,
yeah,
bigger.
Energy. Energy is contagious. Positive energy is contagious and negative energy is contagious. And if you're not aware of it, it can just become bigger and bigger and bigger on the negative side. And the internet can be, I'm not saying it is, I love the internet and I think it does a lot of good, but it could also do a lot of bad. And I also am accountable and take responsibility for all of my actions, and I did a lot of the things I did on purpose. I knew that I would piss people off, and I loved that. And I knew I would piss readers off, and I wanted people to disagree with me and leave a comment, and I wanted to shock people and all those things.
And you did that.
Yes.
You shocked me a lot.
But I wouldn't do, and I don't do what I used to do anymore because I don't have to.
Yeah.
My inspiration these days is myself, but I look at somebody and I'm inspired in a different way, like Sharon Osbourne, right? She's a straight shooter, really opinionated, but people don't hate her.
Yeah.
They love her.
Yeah.
because of that.
They love that she's speaking what she wants. She's not lying. She's just saying what she's thinking in her head.
No, but sometimes, like, if you cross her, like, she'll cut your balls off.
Or when they do those hot topics, yeah, we know.
Yeah. So, you know, for a while there, after and what all prompted the change for me was in September of 2010.
Oh, yeah, you had a big aha.
There were all of those gay teenagers that were committing suicide, and I was one of the first people to make an It Gets Better video. And the response that I got to that was very life-changing. Like, people were saying, how could you make an It Gets Better video? You're part of the problem. I was like, really? Like, I'm trying to do something positive, and people are criticizing me for that. I was like, wow, it was a big wake-up call for me. So then after I made that change, then I went from one extreme to the other. And I was like, my motto was like, WWOD, what would Oprah do?
Oh, that's good, yeah.
And I almost went too far down that lane where it almost wasn't, I mean, it was authentic and my intentions were pure, but I'm not Oprah. Only Oprah is Oprah.
Yeah, you could take the teaching, what she's saying, and use that,
but don't try to be her.
Yeah.
I was literally trying to be Oprah.
That was like Oprah trying to be Barbara Walters, and she's talked about that so many times. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
now I'm not second guessing myself as much. Like, what would Oprah do? I'm like, that's out of my mind. It's like, just be me and react authentically. And it's almost like I've found my center or my balance of who I really am. And what that also entails is, you know, putting more of my true self out there into the universe and hiding less behind this public persona.
Speaking of, because there's a quote that you said to an interviewer a while ago, but I'm going to read it because it's so good. You said, a few years ago, I began the journey to being a happier, healthier person and just growing up. I stopped hiding behind this character that I had created on the blog and also started to realize that the people who I wrote about weren't characters either. I mean, that is, when I saw it, I'm like, oh, I got to read that. That's good. That's really good.
Well, the perfect example was Jennifer Aniston. I mean, it's so crazy, but I truly believed that I would never run into her. In my mind, I had rationalized it. I was like, if we'll ever be in the same place at the same time, people will keep us apart, and I'll just be like looking at her from across the room, but we'll never talk. And I viewed her as a soap opera character. You know, I was Team Angelina, and she was, you know, Jennifer Aniston, and I mean, it was silly, and in my mind, it was silly fun, but to her, it was hurtful. And we did run into each other once in a parking garage, and she called me over, and I was like, what's going on here? And I mean, it was great for me to have that face to her, and for her to say that to me, for me to say that to her, because I was viewing her not as a real person. And I don't want to be contributing to somebody's bad feelings about themselves.
Look, you've had a lot of dreams come true, but for you, which one stands out and was life-changing for you out of everything that's happened?
God. The birth of my children.
Yeah.
Because that was a dream before blogs even existed. Like, I always knew I wanted to have kids. Always. Like, I have my old journals from when I was backpacking throughout Europe. So many times I would write, like, I'm ready to have kids now. Like, even I was at 20, I was like, I'm such an idiot. Like, you are not ready to have a kid at 20 years old. But the sentiment was always there. For me, it wasn't a question of if, it was more a question of when and how.
I remember when you tweeted when you had Mario the first time, like, Perez has a boy. He just has it. That was so cool.
I know. It was.
And your kids are beautiful. Your son and daughter are so beautiful.
Thank
really.
you.
I mean, do you think more about your dad? I know you lost your father when you were 14 years old, but I mean, what do you think how proud do you think he would be of you? Like, that you with your mom and your sister and you guys are so close with each other and your two beautiful kids. What do you think he'd be thinking today?
I don't know, because that's like a Pandora's box.
You don't know, but you have to like just think that he would be so proud of you.
I like to be honest, and there wasn't closure. I mean, when he died, I was so young, and like, I don't know how he would have reacted or felt about me being gay. Like, that's always been a question in my mind. Like, would he have, I don't think he would have disowned me. I don't. And I don't even want to ask my mom, because like, A, she might not know, or B, she might lie. Like, I don't care. Like, I know that for those 14 years that we were together, we had an amazing life. And that's all that matters. And the lessons that he taught me then and the love that he gave me. And actually, you know what? Like he would be cool with it because he loved me so much. But
you're his son.
But you still always have like
that little thing inside.
Yeah, like I'm like,
wondering.
God, like I wonder how he would have responded or if he wouldn't have been cool.
Did you name Mario? Was your father's name named Mario as well? So
Yes.
was he named after your father?
Yes, my son's the third.
The third. Wow.
I'm a junior.
Wow. That's really nice.
Yes.
Oh, thanks for sharing that. We're gonna have a little fun now. So we're gonna play a little game. Okay.
This has all been fun.
Okay, good. Let's get better. We're playing a little game. Okay.
Oh gosh.
So wait, Patrick,
I think I saw
bring
a
it in.
photo.
Wait, no, don't even look. Okay, we're gonna call it "What's Your Verdict?" Okay, so bring this in. We have something that you need to. Because we're like, there's a vacancy.
Oh my God!
There's a vacancy in the Supreme Court.
I've pitched a show like this before.
Well, good. You're on
Judge
camera.
Perez.
Okay, oh my God. Okay.
I pitched it.
This is what we're saying.
Nobody picked it up or wanted to do
and yours
it.
is bling
I
bling
love it.
a little
Oh my
bit.
God.
Yeah, watch the mic, Patrick. That mic so it gets through, yeah. And was made especially for you.
Love it.
'Cause look, there's a vacancy in the Supreme Court.
Let's do it.
We're like, President Obama, we gotta consider.
I
we gotta
am
consider
realizing, like Kylie Jenner says, I am realizing a dream right now.
Okay, this is what we're gonna do. So, okay, couple questions. Give your brief, quickly opinion on these celebrity feuds. Okay, are you ready?
Ready.
Starting with number one, Sam Smith versus Dustin Lance Black.
Sam Smith totally in the right. Justin Lance Black was being petty and spiteful.
Okay, Kanye West versus Taylor Swift. I'm gonna say Kanye has a new album out, and one of his songs, he has a lyric that says, "I feel like me and Taylor might have sex. Why? I made that bitch famous." What do you think?
Well, this might surprise you, but I'm gonna go with Kanye West only because I love Taylor Swift and what he did actually helps them both. It gets him publicity and it makes her even more likable.
Okay, that's good. You're right. I don't want to say that, but I hear what you're saying.
It makes people like her even more while disliking him.
Yes.
But getting him publicity, and he's a Kardashian these days.
Right.
That's all he wants.
You're right.
So if I'm viewing the feud, it's like, yeah, he was smart. He got what he wanted, and she hopefully can have perspective and realize, you know what, that's Kanye being Kanye. Last time he did this shit, it helped me. This time it's gonna help me too.
It's his favorite for both. Okay, You're right. Okay, good. Next one, Donald Trump versus the Pope.
The Pope all the way because, hello, he is the representative of Jesus. Not even Jesus, God.
Yes. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay.
They're one and the same.
Okay, this
I
one.
still remember from my Catholic school days.
Oh yeah, same here. This one is actually a real court case happening right now. Kesha versus Dr. Luke.
Okay. I will look forward to seeing all of the evidence or lack of evidence and then decide. Because right now there's a trial by Twitter and you know, that's not how the legal system works.
Yeah. I did see what you posted about Kelly Clarkson, what she said about him, about Dr. Luke.
Yes, but what Kelly Clarkson said was no secret.
Yeah.
He's a shrewd businessman.
Yeah, that's the key word, shrewd.
Yeah, he will get as much money from you as possible. He won't give you his songs unless you release it as the first single. That doesn't mean he's a rapist, and once is bad enough, once shouldn't happen. And I'm not saying she's lying, but I'm also saying that not a single other woman has come forward saying that she's been sexually abused by Dr. Luke. And I think in situations like that, where you have a man in a position of power abusing that, it's habitual oftentimes, or they'll do it more than once, or they'll try to do it more than once.
Yes.
And not one single other person has said that Dr. Luke has made advances towards them.
Got it.
They all might say, oh, he's difficult to work with, and this and the other, but
he's this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I look forward to all of the facts.
Seeing what's gonna happen.
Or lack of facts.
The Judge Perez needs the fact, okay? Okay, and the last one, Perez Hilton versus Blank. You have been in your fair share of celebrity feuds.
Yes.
Is there one where you feel you were completely innocent or completely guilty? You pick. Completely innocent or completely guilty?
Gosh, I'm trying to remember.
You can just pick
There's
whatever
been
you
so
want.
many.
Pick whatever one that comes to your mind.
Oh, God. I was probably wrong every single time.
Oh my gosh. Okay, but we like you still.
Thanks.
Okay, hit it. Okay, that's it. So now we have this for you because we're like, well, we approve. A Spoonful of Paolo approves. There you are with the cast.
Oh my God.
There you are at the Supreme Court.
That's amazing.
Front and
That
center.
is great Photoshop. Get a close-up of this. I love that.
Oh
Did
my
you do
gosh.
that?
Oh, not me, Patrick.
Oh, he's
Patrick did
very
that.
talented.
Yeah, he's talented.
We need another Latino on the Supreme Court.
I know. I agree with you. So,
At least we got one.
well, I just want to say, Perez Hilton, I admire you. I am a big fan of you.
Thank you.
Continue doing what you're doing. I love going on your website. I love seeing your
Thank
vlogs.
you.
You're good at what you do,
Thank
so
you.
continue success. And thanks for being here on A Spoonful of Paolo. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next time at A Spoonful of Paolo. Thank you very much.
Subscribe to his channel.
And his. Thanks. Dream big.
Spoonful of Paolo.
I love you, Oprah. Bye, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Thank you.